Hi, welcome to Erply Books. With this video I'm going to show how you can manage Erply Books if you have lots of locations, if you have franchise and so on. As you can see, this is Erply Books, and this is a new organization that doesn't have any values. You can see it doesn't have any unpaid sales invoices or unpaid purchase invoices and any money. So I just created it, and I'm right now going to integrate with the POS and show how the processes work. This is demo. This organization name is demo, but in this list I have lots of organizations, and I can add multiple ones more as much I need. And it means that one user can have multiple organizations, and one organization can have multiple users. And we assume that one organization is a legal entity, so you can just add all of them there. Right now I'm going to synchronize it with the POS side. This is a one-time integration. I'm not going to waste very much time here because we always help you to do this when we do the first setup. I synchronize warehouses and just customer supplies to make the process a bit faster. Now, how the everyday process works. We synchronize automatically every night with the POS. Right now we have to do this manually because we haven't done this not a single time. We could do this once an hour if you'd like, but by default we do this once a day. Right now it's pulling all the sales invoices, all the purchase invoices, and all the payments, all the inventory write-offs if we want to synchronize them, and it is putting them to the correct chart of accounts and making your books correct. Now, when I go to, for example, open receivables, I can now see it has already synchronized lots of invoices and it is still in the process. When I want to add a new purchase invoice, because here we add all the not inventory related purchase invoice. For example, we bought something from office supplier, from some office supplies, and let's say we have locations Boston, Miami, Toronto, and New York. So from here I can just say it was totally connected with Miami office, and here I can say it was office supplies 25. Also change the expense account to self expenses, command S for saving, add new invoice. Now I can see it automatically saved office supplier, and it automatically saved office supplies, and when I select it, it will change the expense account, making the next time adding much more easier. Okay, anyway, when I want to split expenses, for example, I buy some advertisement. We have an advertisement company, and let's say it was $5,000. So, and I would like to divide it to New York and Toronto equally. Then I can add two rows here. Both of them get 2,500. And I can also change the expense account. It was New York and Toronto. And now I have divided this expense into two locations. Now when I want to see my reports, then every report has a project field. Project is a location. Why we call this a project is that you can have a mother project, meaning that let's say New York is your mother project, and you have multiple projects inside New York office. Let's say you have a car in there, or you have some different rooms that you would like to separate in expenses, or you would like to take all the New York State offices into one mother project. So that's why we call this a project. But anyway, right now I can see it's my profit and loss 12 months, and when I select New York from here, I can see it has this 2,500. You can actually select multiple locations at once here, so you could see everything together. Then what's the next big thing with the Erply books is bank importing. If you have multiple locations, then we definitely would like to add some rules, because you might want to say that this type of transaction always goes to this location. So what you can do, you can add rules from here if it can't learn automatically, meaning that when you upload your bank statement, then it can learn from these rules and uh, learn automatically from your previous statements. Anyway, when I upload the bank statement, we support all Australian banks by the OFX file, then it is trying to match all the uh, payments with invoices. Right now we can see all of them except this advertising company is money out or money in excluding invoices. But we don't have this information like my customer or supplier 2, supplier 1 and so on. When I import them, then we can see what happens. And this also shows that if we want to start using Erply books, and if we want to import any kind of transactions here from different systems, and if we have them at Excel, it's really easy to import them. For example, here we have initial customer invoices. Obviously you would have tons of more of them, but it's enough for the demo. Let's say you can see the invoice number here, customer name, article, and the amount, how much we are expecting them to pay for us. I'm just copying the values. Then we have the import sales invoices, and I'll just paste the values and done. I have imported the initial sales invoices, and I'll do the same with the purchases. We have the electric company, supplier 1, supplier 2, and so on. And done. I have also imported the purchase invoices. Now I upload the bank statement again, and I can see that there are much more invoice numbers here. Why are they still red is that the amounts don't match. For example, let's take this electric company. Erply Books found that yes, we have a supplier named Electric Company. The supplier has one non-paid purchase invoice, and we connect with that invoice, but the amount is paid is 7.57. But when we go to Open Payables, we can see that we should pay 220. That's why it leaves it red, because it's Erply Books is not sure if it connected it correctly. If we have to pay with installments, yes, we can just say that payment is validated. If it can't find the match as here in my customer example, then we can just find invoices that were paid. Although it can learn from previous statements, but right now it doesn't have any information where to learn from. Okay, this is my customer here, and I can just link it back. With anything else not connected with invoices, for example, this interests here, I can just select the correct account here. Now, what about the obvious question that when you don't have the purchase invoice is recorded here before? For example, you paid by credit card, and here you have here you would like to add a purchase which would make your taxes. For example, these other expenses, let's say it was some kind of a purchase you would like to add to your VAT file. Now, when you right click on it, you can add an expense claim, meaning that it will create the purchase invoice automatically, and now it connected it also with the payment. And when I want to save it, I can save only the green rows, and when I upload it again, I can see that I can start from the point I were, meaning that I can't make mistakes adding something twice, meaning that all the green rows are gone. Now, a couple of more things in the recording part in Erply books. Now, obviously, everything connected with mm, ordinary accounting, the manual journals are here. Also, with the fixed assets, you can just purchase them and then calculate depreciation. If you want to add your expense report for your employee, you can add a reimbursement. Works really well. And if you would like to archive your purchase invoices, then whenever you add a purchase invoice, you have a select file here. You can upload your files here, meaning that you don't have to store them in Google Drive or Dropbox or anything like that. This also works in a separate feature. This is a screen that your uh, vendor would see if you would give them the link. Every vendor has their own link that they can open as this here, and then they can upload the files here and the purchase invoices. They can add the initial information, and then the accountant can then reconcile them at their books. This might not work with many vendors, but it definitely would work with your employees when you want to gather all the purchases they made, and they can just then make images from their smartphones and then upload them to there. Now, a couple of more things that Erply Books makes you to do is we have added lots of reports that tell you how you're actually doing. For example, some key performance indicators. You can see there are some of them here. If you don't understand what this is, you can just double click it. It will give you a nice, beautiful chart, and it will tell you exactly what it means here. It also has all the other indicators in the search box. Just a second, I'll have to refresh it. For example, the current ratios, GMROI, anything you would expect to see in the key performance indicators part. And also when we talk about reports, then we have the Australian tax reports built in. Everything works smoothly, and it is giving you the option to take this by location, by cash basis, anything you would need. This is briefly all. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.